OffBeat Sports Podcast.
It's been a tale of two seasons for the Boston Celtics.
I probably aged about 10 years just from that series.
I'd probably compare myself to just a younger, smarter, more handsome, stronger Michael Jordan.
Let's go Celtics. Go Patriots.
These are guys who, when you give them a bowl of Cheerios in the morning, they finish every last drop of milk.
Absolute clown over here.
I'm ready when you are, baby.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the OffBeat Sports Podcast. As today we are joined by Joe Octave, guard for the Holy Cross Crusaders men's basketball team. Thanks for joining us.
No, thank you guys for having me.
So you're from California and played high school ball at Mary Star of the Sea High School in San Pedro, California. So talk to us about your recruiting process and what led you to choose the Air Force Academy as your next step in your basketball journey.
Yeah, I was sort of under recruited out of high school. I had a few offers from San Jose State, Montana. I was talking to a couple Ivy League schools and Air Force. I took a visit up there my senior year, and I kind of fell in love with the campus. And along with that deal committing there, I had to go to prep school, which is on the base. So I did a year there. So I went and did my freshman year the next year. So that's kind of how I got there.
Yeah, so you had a couple successful seasons at Air Force prior to coming to Holy Cross. You put up some efficient shooting numbers. You had your first career double-double at Air Force. Kind of walk us through your decision to transfer out of the Air Force Academy and like what kind of intrigued you about the possibility of playing for Holy Cross?
Yeah, it was definitely a difficult decision, but I just felt like for my career goals as a basketball player, it was best for me to leave. Being in the military, I wasn't going to be able to pursue professional basketball, so I knew I had to, sort of leave that situation. Went in the portal, like you said, after my sophomore year, and ended up, building a relationship with the coaching staff that was here. Went on a visit, and the campus was beautiful. The facilities were great, and I liked the vision the previous coach had for the program. So ended up feeling like this was the best place for me.
So you had the opportunity to play under former Florida point guard and teammate of Heat center Udonis Haslem and Brett Nelson for a year, and now are playing for former George Mason head coach Dave Paulson this season at Holy Cross. So how much of an impact have those two guys had on your development as a basketball player on and off the court?
Yeah, playing for Coach Nelson, hearing about his experiences as a basketball player playing at Florida, being a McDonald's All-American. I knew he was big into player development and that whole coaching staff. And they just really brought out the work ethic in me that I felt like I needed. And I felt like a lot of my success has to do with them. Then playing for Coach Paulson, he's had a lot of confidence in me since day one. And I felt like he believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. And from there, I was able to have some, big games for us this year. And I'm appreciative of him and the whole coaching staff. They're always ready to work for us. And it's a great environment to go in every day.
Yeah, so you guys won your biggest game of the season back in November, where you went down to DC and knocked off Ed Cooley's Georgetown team 68-67, and you had probably the best game of your career that night, tallied a 33-point double-double. So what was it like to play in an atmosphere like Capital One Arena in front of that Big East crowd, and what do you think allowed you to have such a big game?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing playing in an arena like that. We went and played Creighton last year, but I was hurt, so I haven't really played in an environment like that since Air Force. So I just felt like that whole experience, brought it out of me. Just having all those fans there, hearing like the energy being sucked out of the building when we would make plays. And then when that final buzzer sounded, it was literally like nothing before. I remember just like walking off the court, like everyone celebrating, like grabbing me, and I was just like, I kind of just like had to take a moment, and I was appreciative and just like real blessed to experience that, with the group of guys we got.
Yeah, so now we got some fun questions for you to wrap it up. Number one, who is your NBA GOAT?
Kobe, hands down.
Kobe. Oh,
Hands
okay.
down. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're a LA guy,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Just
That,
grew
that
up
makes
watching
sense then.
Kobe. Yeah, always.
What is your go-to pregame hype song?
I got a couple, but I feel like throughout college it's been like South to West by Gunna. So I really like that one.
If you could have any celebrity come and watch you play, who would it be?
I mean, we had Kevin Durant come watch us play this year against
Oh, really?
St. John's, so that was
That's
crazy.
pretty
I
cool.
was a little, yeah, just like him being front row, just like literally right in front of us. It was, I would have to say Kevin Durant.
What was it like playing against Patino?
I actually played against his son at Air Force, so that was kind of a cool experience, like looking back on it. But he's a legendary coach. You know, grew up watching him and those teams that he had, so that was definitely just a cool experience.
Who wins in a game of knockout? You or former guest of the show, Will Batchelder?
Knockout. I probably gotta go with Batch.
All right,
He's
humble.
a
I
hell of a
like that.
shooter. Yeah, I'm always gonna root for Batch. Batch takes the last shot.
You think you could get him in horse?
Yeah, I think I can get him in horse. I got a couple of trick shots.
All right, who's your favorite non-basketball athlete?
I'm a big Saints fan, so I'll have to say like Alvin Kamara. I really like him. So
Not bad.
yeah,
Not bad. All
yeah.
right. So that's all we got for you for this episode. Thank you, Joe, for coming on. We appreciate it, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate
And thanks
it.
everyone for watching and listening. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at offbeat_sports and on TikTok at offbeat sports. And be sure to be on the lookout for the next episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Call them all Texas.